I'm Anne Jenkins. I'm the Head of Digital Services at Blackwood Homes and Care. Digital inclusion for me is about the art of the possible. And that inclusion piece can be discrete and non-discrete. It can be people actively using the internet, but it can also be things that happen in the background that they're not actively taking part in, but actually make a massive difference to their life. Automation, AI, sensors, that non-intrusive monitoring, health, well-being that keeps people safe. I think as landlords and the providers of services in these homes, we can have economies of scale at this stuff and provide a service at a much lesser cost than they can take out individually. And it's easier to fit that in at a bigger scale. But also it's an inevitability as well. In the next 5, 10, 15 years, not having internet in your buildings will not only stop residents getting online, but it stops you as an organisation doing anything. You can't use any building intelligence sensors, the analog to digital switchovers coming on. So there's a bigger picture element. So as much as they have access to the internet, and that's great with its benefits, you have access to the internet as an organisation. You can do things. You can do away with other things that you pay for by having it not just segregated into the lounge. You can use door entry systems. You can do away with other stuff that you're paying different contracts for. So that having it everywhere in that flood-filled approach is a lot easier management-wise in terms of you don't have to consider, well, if we do it, 3 feet out of the lounge, there's no connectivity there. So it's easier to manage if it's everywhere. I think we started in 2016, 17. For us, it started in our care homes. So we were looking at what to replace the old ward and call things with and just not finding anything that was any more interesting on the market than a box and a button. I wanted to do something more with it.
Yes.
Which led to us developing our own kind of bespoke platform. But for that, you needed the connectivity. And then once we did it in the care homes, we thought, well, we need to put this in all the houses as well. So our 100% of our stock has communal Wi-Fi available. 100%. And people can use it, they can not use it. It's not an opt-in or an opt-out. It's there, and you can use it or you cannot. I think back in 2016, 17, 18, when we started looking at it, we internally made assumptions that this will be a really hard sell. Older people, they won't want it, and it really hasn't been like that. If you give them the connectivity and you show them how to use it and etc., they're up for it. We haven't really found it that challenging, certainly from the customer side. Similar. It's great to have that somebody else at the end of the phone that they can call directly that's going to, be able to get fixed for them. We also have internally, 2018 employed a team of digital skills coaches to work directly with customers, helping them get online, use devices, etc. And they speak to your support guys a lot to try and figure out the bit in the middle, rather than someone having to come out and that gets stuff fixed so quickly. Yeah, I think our approach was you put in the connectivity, so it's that 3 things. If they don't have tech, we will give them tech through various different methods, and digital skills coaches and the coaches in that one-to-one learning has absolutely for us been the stuff that's got it over the line. Good. No different from putting in the Wi-Fi, is no different from putting in a bathroom or a kitchen or replacing a boiler. It's a function that you do as a landlord. I think for us, the thing that we particularly liked about you guys was the explaining part. Whether that's to people in our digital team or customers or people that are not so techie staff-wise, and doing that reassurance piece rather than it just being come in, fit it and leave. I think for us it started around that use case bit, like what could you do with it? And to give 2 really opposite end of the spectrum examples that on the face of it don't seem like they use the internet. So we've done a bit of work around using robots and responding to alarm needs in social care. So we had put a robot in somebody's house and then this lady fell over in the bathroom. And what would normally have happened is her alarm goes off, somebody calls her, they can't get a hold of her, someone drives from Edinburgh to Glasgow, tries to get in the house, and that's hours down the road. The robot detected she'd fallen, went to her, starts a video call to the service. They can immediately, within minutes, know what's happening, phone an ambulance, phone the relative.
I have these images, need you to stop. When you say you have a robot, please explain. Is it an actual robot?
Yeah, they're called Kylie and Jason. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. And then the other one is because we put the internet into our new build houses, this lady can open the blinds herself when she wants to in the morning without having to wait for care staff to come. And that's life-changing stuff to people, having access to the internet. And there's definitely some work to do in the policy environment around having it accepted as a housing cost, and that we never used to have to put in the connection to the buildings. Now we do have to do it in new builds. So this should hopefully be the next natural step as it becomes that core utility that should be provided. It's a false economy not to. If you put this stuff in, you can drive people to your digital platforms that you're looking to make efficiencies elsewhere in your business. And that's as simple as shifting a phone call being made to them being able to report a repair online, which then frees up your contact staff to do something more meaningful. It frees up your care staff. All of that, the totality of that.
Yep.
There's so many efficiencies that can be got from that just because you're putting in the Wi-Fi and driving that self-service model. Ours is free at the point of use, so we don't add on a separate service charge. It's included in your rent. We did some super back of the fag packet maths that, it costs us about no more than £3 per tenant per month to provide the internet.
Okay.
It would cost us more than that to write to them a single letter.
It's crazy.
By the time someone types it, we print it, we post it.